I saw you getting to a debate with our buddy Amazing on the Twitters.
Oh, yeah, man. Amazing was just on fire, man. Jesus Christ.
Now, once again, I'm sure everyone's sick of the Peyton Manning, Tom Brady debate. We're going to get it shoved down our throat again, but what the hell? Let's talk about it. Your contention is that Manning doesn't get enough credit as he deserves, right?
Yeah.
Because I know some people, like our pal Dave Damashek, and our other pal Adam Rank, they're sick of Manning because they hate how people say he's the greatest of all time when he's failed so often in the playoffs.
Well, I don't really think that the Peyton Manning necessarily is the greatest of all time.
I think he's in the it's tough for me to pick any one quarterback as the greatest of all time. People like to say Elway and stuff, but they forget, before Terrell Davis came along, Elway was seen as a complete loser and a failure.
I don't think so.
Yeah. In Montana, again, West Coast offense, Bill Walsh, Jerry Rice, that had a little something to do with it.
Yeah, it could. You never know.
But I think Manning should be in any discussion of like the top 5 or 6 guys.
But who is the person whose final say? That's what I want to know. Whose final say is it of who the best is?
I assumed it was yours.
Well, I did too.
Yeah.
But I don't think it is. Because people cry about all kinds of stuff every single day. And it doesn't really make any sense. These guys, okay, the championships is cool, but it takes more than just one person that affects a game. Like there were 3 playoff games that the Peyton Manning had that Mike Vanderjunk missed the game-winning field goal.
Yeah.
Now, if those
Wait, are you counting
games,
that Steeler game? Because that would have been the game-tying field goal. Are you counting that one?
Well, they lost in overtime, yeah, but they would have won that game. So that
no, they didn't lose in overtime.
Wins.
When he missed the kick, they didn't go to overtime, right?
Oh, yeah. They didn't go to overtime. That's what happened. They didn't go to overtime, so they lost.
But I remember one back in the day, he should have had his first playoff win like in year 2 or 3.
Yeah, but hold on. Let me finish what I'm talking about. Jesus Christ.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's 3 wins right there. Then, last year, he gets him the lead with a minute left, and look at that nonsense that happened. So that's 4 wins. So that means Peyton Manning should be 14-7 in playoffs. But actually, if he lost the next game after those, he'd be 14-11. He's been in the playoffs, for Christ's sake, more than anybody. Of course he's going to have more losses because to get out of the playoffs, you have to lose unless you win the Super Bowl. Now, on the other hand, the Tom Brady, he got a victory on the tuck rule.
That's right.
Okay? And he won 2 more games after that. Listen, he was a game manager that time. He was a game manager the first 3 Super Bowls.
Absolutely, you're correct there. And also, that first Super Bowl title, people always forget, Drew Bledsoe came in and won that game in Pittsburgh after Brady got hurt in the second half. And, they don't beat Pittsburgh.
No one tells the history.
Nope.
So then, that's 3 victories that old Tom Terrific shouldn't have. Then...
all by field goals, right? All 3 Super Bowls.
Yes, all 3 by field goals. But one of them they were already winning, so that the Eagles one they already had in hand. They didn't win that by the field goal. The Panthers and the Rams, they won those on field goals. So that's 4 games right there.
Give Manning, Vinatieri, and Brady Vanderjagt in those years. What happens?
Yes. You never know. You never know. And then we had the Spygate situation, and I've already went over that before. I don't know if you remember this, but when I went through all of the plays in that year, and I went through that in the second half, the Patriots' starting field position was at the opponent at their own 43-yard line.
I do remember that now. Yeah, I was starting to laugh.
That was their average starting field position. And if you go back and look, they had way more turnovers that they produced in the second half. Their defense did. Now, why is that?
Because they were to pick up
knew
on the
what
signals
plays
at
was
halftime.
coming. Yes. And people want to cry and go, oh, man. Because I looked back at, like, other teams. Most teams' average spot starting was around the 30-yard line. But the Patriots had an extra 13 yards. That's crazy. Crazy. And then people want to say, oh, the Peyton Manning threw these interceptions. Well, a lot of times when he would get the lead, his team would give up the lead, and he'd have to come back and throw another touchdown. You can't always throw 2 touchdowns in the last 3 minutes of a goddamn game.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. And I mean, and the Tom Brady, very rarely in his 25 playoff games, I think I counted 3 of the 25, that he led them on a game-winning touchdown. Yeah. I mean,
now,
hey.
I saw Mason was making a big deal about, he kept saying Manning only scored 17 points in some game or something. He's like, but again, how many points did Brady put up in his Giant Super Bowls? He put up 14.
Yeah, it was a bunch. Yeah. Well, here's the deal. The Peyton Manning, in his 21 playoff games, his teams have averaged 23.04 points a game. His defense gave up 21.52 a game.
Yeah, that's not good.
The Tom Brady, his offense averaged 25.48 a game in his 25 playoff games. His defense only gave up 18.96 points a game.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's a whole possession. 3 points.
And those numbers are skewed quite a bit, though, by Manning's first. Wasn't that his first playoff game? He lost to the Jets 41-0. I mean.
Yeah, but the Patriots had a couple of games where they knocked out people 48-6 or whatever. And then Amazing started talking about, the Peyton Manning got shut out. Well, that was his 3rd playoff game ever, man. That's 18 playoffs.
And it wasn't
games,
his fault.
Jesus
I mean,
Christ.
you lose 41-0. It's not one guy's fault.
No, it's not your fault when you lose 41-0. Yeah. I'm like, come on, man. These guys just they don't understand, man. And then when you throw the ball a lot, you're going to have interceptions.
My only problem with Manning, when I look back at all his playoff losses, he had the string where he couldn't beat New England in the cold. But, hey, that's tough, Brady's never beaten Manning at home, right, in the playoffs? They only played once in Indy and Manning.
Listen, in the AFC Championship games, they are one. I was going to say 1-1-1, but they didn't tie.
No, I think they're 1 and. Well, yeah, I don't know about the championship. 1 and 3 in the playoffs against each other, right? Like Manning is 1 and 3. If I had to guess.
Yeah, but in the AFC Championship game, they're 1-1. This will be the 3rd one right here.
But either way, whoever has home field is won every one of those games. So we'll see. This game coming up will be huge, though, because if Manning wins it, like he's supposed to, he's at home, he should win this game, then I don't know how anyone can say Brady's so much better than him. But if Brady comes into Denver and beats Manning again, that's going to be rough. That's brutal, right?
Well, no, I mean, here's the thing, man. It's not quarterback for what is he? I don't understand why
I understand that, but
somebody against somebody. I mean, who made this junk up? I mean, ESPN
but the Broncos
made this
are the
up
better
about
team,
10 years ago,
right? They're the better team.
Well, you know what? Here's the thing. Okay, people keep saying about, the Peyton Manning has all these tools. This tight end that the Broncos have that he keeps throwing to, they keep talking about how great this fool is, Julius Thomas. No one heard of him till this year. And why? Because the Peyton Manning made him somebody. No one heard of God dang Eric Decker. Jesus Christ. Who heard of Eric Decker? Come on. I mean, they heard of him when Tebow because they showed the Broncos. I mean, Eric Decker wasn't nobody. Okay? Yeah. This Demarius Thomas, all right, he might be all right, but I don't know nothing about him. Wes Welkers, everybody says, Tom Brady made him. Well, it sure looks like he's doing a lot of good things with the Peyton Manning. So maybe Tom Brady didn't make Wes Welkers. And like in Indianapolis, Austin Collie, Alex Gonzalez, Dallas Clark. I mean, Marvin Harrison, I'd never heard of him till the Peyton started throwing to him. Reggie Wayne, I heard of. Reggie Wayne, yes. But Marvin Harrison, he was just like Jerry Rice. Joe Montana make Jerry Rice. So, you know, it's just a bunch of nonsense that, they had all these people. I mean, these people are good when a good quarterback is throwing to them. But you just see, just like when the Rams had the greatest show on turf, and Oz Hakeem, everybody loved that kid. And guess what? He went to Detroit and never was the same because he didn't have Kurt Warner throwing to him no more. Isaac Bruce went over to the 49ers and couldn't do a thing. You know, you got to have somebody that throws you the ball.
Yeah.
You've got to have it. And the Colts, when they had the Peyton Manning, all right, now, yeah, they lost some games, but now I'm gonna see how many times did their opponents give up 20 points or more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 of the 25 games, 12 of the 21, they gave up over 20 points. Now, how many times did the Peyton Manning lose when his team gave less than 20 points? I will count. 1, 2. 2 times ever when his defense gave up less than 20 did he lose. Now, he lost in his first playoff game ever to the Titans, 19-16. And what happened? Well, they just lost. They was down 19-9. The Colts came for a touchdown, but hey, they couldn't make it. So hey, that was a loss. Now the other game, 17-16 to the Jets. That's when I think that was Caldwell coaching that team. Or was it Caldwell, or was it still stupid Tony Dungy? I think it was Caldwell because Dungy left after the Super Bowl, didn't he?
That Jets loss was the worst one. That's the one that sticks in my craw because I think he was scared that game. He didn't play the right way.
Vinatieri kicked that 50-yard field goal to get him the lead. The Jets got the ball back with like less than a minute left. And bam, that's the defense gave up a goddamn touchdown. You know, Nick Folk kicks it with 32 seconds left. With 57 seconds left, Vinatieri kicks a 50-yard field goal. McAfee kicks off to Antonio Cromartie, who returns it for 47 fucking yards. How is that the Peyton Manning fault?
And I always think of that San Diego game the year before. Remember when Sproles was running all over him? Like, what could Manning do there? He didn't even get the ball in overtime.
Yeah, you can't do a damn thing in that. I mean, what can you do? That was in 2009, I think. It was either 2008 or 2009.
Go look at Brady's recent playoff performances and count the number of times he threw interceptions late in games against the Chargers, against the Colts, against it happens to everybody. No one wants
to say, and I told everybody beforehand, and you go back and listen to the tape. I said after Tom Brady's third Super Bowl win, I said he'll never win another one.
He's gotten
and just like I said he would never win another one.
I know.
I never said he wouldn't get there. But he deserves
credit for getting the 2, right?
Huh?
You don't give him any credit for getting the 2 more, at least?
No, he had the greatest team of all time and didn't win. So that really hurts his legacy. He had the greatest team of all time.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no denying that team right there was the great. I'm telling you, that's the greatest team of all time. He had Randy Moss catching touchdowns like Chinese toast.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No one knows.
I was enjoying a beverage when you said that.
Yeah, and he goes ahead and nothing. Oh, and listen, and if I was a Tom Brady's fan, which I like Tom Brady. I think he's number 4 all time. But you could argue with him that his 2 losses wasn't his fault. Who's going to know that a guy going to catch the ball on top of his head like some goddamn David Copperfield's cousin?
But at the same time, shouldn't he score more than 14 points in the Super Bowl? That offense was averaging 30-some a game, and they only got 14.
Yeah, let's see how many times that his defense gave up over 20 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 times. But guess what? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 of the last 8 they've given up 20. Yes.
And look at what his playoff record's been these last
8. Yeah, exactly. Now, beforehand, when he was Tom Terrific, 13, 17, 17, 14, 14.
That's right.
29, 3. Come on, man. Jesus Christ. Only 3 times in his Super Bowl run, they played 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games. Only twice did a team score more than 21 points.
Yeah.
Only twice.
And once was the Rams in the Super Bowl, right? Yeah.
No, the Rams scored 17.
Oh, I thought they had 20. All right.
The defense,
so
they beat the Rams 20-17. The Panthers was 32-29. The Steelers was 41-27.
Well, and that game shouldn't even count because that was a lopsided game, I mean.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of nonsense.
It is a bunch of nonsense. Yeah.
So, I mean, people, he's 18-7 as a starter, but I guarantee you, how many times has he ever went down and got a touchdown for the winning drive?
Well, he would have against the Giants if, Eli doesn't come back. Because he had just thrown that touchdown to Moss to put him ahead.
Yeah, but I don't think Eli didn't come back. That guy made a miraculous catch.
Eli hadn't made that great play, though, to get out of that sack.
Yeah, still. That's just ridiculous, too.
Yeah.
Let's see how that Super Bowl ended. That Super Bowl ended with Tom Brady pass incomplete for Aaron Hernandez. End of regulation. Because the Giants scored with a minute left.
He just missed hitting Moss on the sideline.
Tom Brady can't do it with a minute left. Oh, my gosh. Oh, he can't? Oh. I thought, that's why
he had a chance at this last
Manning.
one, too. Remember, they went in the end zone there. Instead of killing the clock, the Giants, their running back fell in the end zone, so Brady got a chance, and they threw that Hail Mary. And
that's the game I was talking about. That's the game I was talking about. Now, the first Super Bowl, Eli got the touchdown with 39 seconds left.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's not enough time for Tom either. Oh, I thought the guys could do it all. Yeah, I thought he could do it all. Yeah, so you need time.
Yeah, if Manning loses at home, though, to Brady this week, it's going to be crushing. Yeah.
Well, crushing.
I don't see how anyone could argue that.
Do you think? Oh, wait a minute. Who's it crushing to? Why do we care? Do you think
in their
Peyton
rivalry?
Manning?
But when you're in a rivalry with a guy, and when Bird and Johnson had that rivalry going, there's the other team guys.
Okay, but listen. What happens if the Peyton Manning wins this game and loses in the Super Bowl? It's still the same shit. So all you're saying is that he's got to win it or it's nothing.
Well, no, I'm just saying if he loses to Brady at home, I don't see how anyone can say that Brady's not better than him if you look at their careers. Because Brady would have lapped them in every possible
you're telling me
category.
if the Peyton Manning goes down for a game-leading touchdown, it's 21-20 with 13 seconds left, and then some Patriot runs back a kickoff for a touchdown, that's Peyton Manning's fault?
I'm just going to tell you, if I were a Manning fan and he loses to Brady again, I would have a hard time defending him in a debate that he's better than Brady. Because what can you say?
Well, I think the debate's in the statistics. In the
I think if
past,
Manning is as great as he wins this game at home, no problem.
Well, I mean, it depends on if the defense shows up. I mean, if the defense doesn't give you nothing, you can score 50 points. What if the game goes 54-52? The Patriots win.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
well, especially early. Remember the regular season game they had this year? Manning was up 24-0, and Brady came back.
Well, I'm going to tell you. Here's the stupid part of what's going on nowadays: is teams get a lead and they play not to lose.
Well, I think that's been going on for a long time in the NFL. You know, growing up, you always heard about that.
You beat the shit out of whoever you're playing, man. That's why these teams come back. I mean,
it's professional football. You're paid to play.
Yes,
you know?
You do what got you there. Don't be like, oh, we're up 24-0. No, the game's not over. The game is not over. You will never see.
We pay you money to play football. Play football.
You won't never see the Seahawks do that. Pete Carroll ain't gonna let up for nobody.